Hey friends, welcome back. We are going to do a November garden tour. I try to do one once a month, and here's a pan view of what the garden's doing right now. Being November, things are definitely not looking good, and this is just going to be a quick garden tour. And these are all the brassicas up in here. Got a little bit of broccoli forming there. And then the garlic and dill. I'm collecting as it dries out, collecting the seed. Citronella, I've gone through and harvested the medicinal herbs and cleared them out. And then we got kale. That's feverfew, still there. The tomato plant has finally succumbed to the weather. It's crazy. It's one plant. You can see where it's rooted in. Maybe you can see in the compost bin, and grew out this way. It was just a volunteer. And the grapes, there's 6 grape plants. I already forget how many. So this one here, I have attached to the fence all the way to the very corner there, to here, and then wraps back around. Try not to have them overlap too closely, but it was kind of hard with all the vines. And I know I've probably got way too many vines on one plant. Should have 2, not 4, I think. But I just couldn't decide which ones to cut, so we'll see how, with this one having so much growth off of one plant, we'll just see how it goes. The other ones don't have as many main stems at the base there as this one. And if it's too much, then I'll prune it later. We'll see how it does compared to the others. Dahlias, celery, everything else is taken out. Green stalks are done. I harvested the green beans, like the pods that dried. Looks like there's some more for me to harvest to save the seed. And all of the, indeterminate tomato plants are dead. Calendula is happy. Calendula's good with it. Sage is doing good. We have oregano growing all through here. And then leaves from that tree that just fell everywhere. A few onions back there to take care to rip out. Echinacea right down there on its first year, so there was no blooms. But there will be next year. Cabbage that never really did anything. Catnip back there. And this was vining nasturtiums and cucumber. Sweet potatoes came from there. All the strawberries. And I'm going to cut back the strawberries completely. Previous year I left all the greens here and all these leaves and everything. And that offered protection for the winter. But we had a lot of strawberries molding the next year because it was sitting on a bunch of wet, decaying stuff from last year. And I've harvested all the thyme and the rosemary here. And we got marjoram mixed in with the echinacea that I need to harvest still. And the parsley is just so much parsley, it's insane. And then the chive over there in the corner. Sweet potatoes were in here, we already got out. Those were eggplant, and they are done. The grass is looking good. And a volunteer something. It almost looks like borage, but not. It's not borage. Because this is borage. I mean, it's not, is it? No, it's a little different. And look at that massive mushroom. The elderberries are done. And then sweet potatoes were in these Home Depot buckets. We had yard-long pole beans and celery and sweet potatoes back here as well. Here's another grape plant. It's the one that's doing the least well. It's the smallest. So we'll see if it comes back. See if it thrives. I have lots of cleaning up to do. This was the pepper bed. All the hot peppers and bell peppers. All the peppers for the year. And you can see how close I planted them. I did not plant them a foot apart like it's recommended. See how close some of these are? All my jalapenos right here. And they were all extremely productive. I'm going to have more hot sauce than I know what to do with. This was cucumber. Roma tomatoes, finally done, sadly. Look at that alyssum still going for it though. And then the peas. Peas are still alive. There's probably a few in here to harvest again. And then the nasturtiums, they're good with the cold. They're happy about it. Carrots, gone to seed. I've collected a whole bunch of seeds, so I won't be buying seed anytime soon. Or maybe ever again if they want to do that every year. Stevia, got to get this out. Blue spice basil, it's done for. And then this is all mint. These are 3 different kinds of mints. Clearly taking over the space as well. Got to harvest those. And we'll come over here, ignore the dog taking a dump. Try to avoid dog poo-poo. Oh, and the pear tree, looking good. We got 4 pears off of it. So next year we should get a whole bunch, because next year will be its 3rd year in the ground. Okay, so here's a pumpkin patch. And the corn, obviously done. I basically haven't cleaned up anything in the garden yet or ripped anything out. I normally would have by now, but I just haven't. Let's see. So the blackberries, 2 blackberry plants here. I wish I would have known that they were going to be so big. I would have rethunk their location. We've got a great plant in there and a great plant here that I've trained, and a great plant in the corner that I'm training. And then raspberries. Definitely going to be cutting back on these raspberries, not letting them be this out here. It's way too hard to harvest everything. All the melons and squash plants are dead. Got some weeds to take care of. More raspberries here. This is all raspberry. And then blueberry plants along the fence there. And you can see the grape plant. Its base is there, and the grape plant goes this way and all the way down to the storage section. That's a Canadees down there, so it's a big one. It's a big plant. Yeah, that's basically everything that's going on. Hopefully next month's garden tour will be a cleaned up empty garden, if I get to it. But here in Indiana, Zone 6A, it is now freaking cold. So, I don't know. Let's go look at the front landscaping. It's actually pretty impressive for being Thanksgiving. Today's Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving to all of you. All right, just a quick walkthrough. Calendula, still holding strong. Gourds decorated in the porch are still here. Calendula. Alyssum, petunias, still got tons of blooms. The marigolds were looking fantastic last week, but we just had like a really big cold snap, like in the 30s during the day, and so I wish I would have done this garden tour last week because the landscaping was looking, bummer. These geraniums were in full, complete bloom and just glorious, and it was like, there's no way it's like about to be winter. There's just no way, because it looked like they were living their best life. These geraniums over here too. So dang it, I should have done that garden tour sooner. And look at all these petunias. And alyssum. Everything was amazing last week. All right, that's it for the garden tour. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you later. Bye.